Hello everyone, welcome. So today we will be doing the chapter on how do organisms reproduce. So before we tell how do organisms reproduce, we should know what is reproduction and why is it important. So what is reproduction? Reproduction is basically giving birth to the young ones or producing their copies. Okay. So why is it important? It is important for maintaining the continuity of the species. Okay. So that is why reproduction is very important. Next, coming to, do organisms create exact copies of themselves? Now, to answer this question, we already know that whenever the reproduction is occurring, the chromosomes in the nucleus of the cell, so they contain the information about the inheritance. Okay, so whatever is being inherited, whatever characteristics is being inherited, that will be followed in the next generation. Now, DNA in the cell nucleus is the information source of making proteins. So, if the information is changed, then different protein will be made and different proteins will eventually lead to altered body design. Okay. So, now what happens is, so the cells they do use a numerous chemical reactions and they build copies of their DNA. So these create the copies of DNA in a reproducing cell and they will need to be separated from each other. Okay. So this will be maintained. Now keeping one copy of DNA in original cell and simply pushing the other, it doesn't work because copy pushed out would not have the organized cellular structure for maintaining the life process. Therefore, DNA copying is accompanied by creation of additional cellular apparatus and then the DNA copies separate each with its own cellular apparatus, effectively a cell divides to give rise to a new cell. So, a cell division is occurring. Okay, now, these two cells, they are very similar to each other, but they are likely to be absolutely identical. So they may be absolutely identical, so there is no biological reaction is absolutely reliable. So therefore it is only to be expected that the process of copying DNA will have some variations each time. So getting an exact copy without any changes, that is a huge question which is usually not possible. So now what is the importance of variation? Why should we have variation? So population of organisms fill well defined places or niche in the ecosystem using their ability to reproduce. Now the coexistence of DNA copying during reproduction, it is very important for the maintenance. So there is going to be absolute number of niche can change because of various reasons. So temperature on the earth can go up and down. So there can be different changes that might be happening. So when the variation is occurring, then they can adapt to the changes. So variation is very needed for the survival of species over time. Now, what are the modes of reproduction used by single organisms, that is single celled organisms? So, one kind of reproduction that we have is fission reaction. So, what is fission? There is an organism and this organism, the nucleus will divide and then the cytoplasm will divide to give me the exact copies of the particular organism. So that is binary fission. So two cells during the division can take place in any plane. So who are the examples? We have amoeba and there is also binary fission in Leishmania. So in Leishmania, just see So there is this flagella, so there is a division. Here the division of cytoplasm, the nucleus is getting copied. Here the nucleus was getting split. Okay, so here again nucleus is getting copied, and then from here you have the division starting and the cytoplasm gets split, and then you have two leishmania cells that is occurring. Okay, then one-celled organisms such as malaria parasite, plasmodium, they will divide into multiple. So that is known as multiple fission. So inside one, it will divide into small cells again. Instead of binary fission, there will be numerous cell, and that is why it is called as multiple fission. Next we have fragmentation. What is fragmentation? So in multicellular organisms with relatively simple body organization, simple reproductive methods can still work. Like in Spirogyra, for example, it will simply break into smaller pieces upon maturation. So we have a Spirogyra, and this will just get split, and each will form a new Spirogyra. Okay, so that is how it will occur. So basic strategy used in multicellular organization is that the cell types perform different specialized function. Okay, and following this general pattern, reproduction is in such organisms is also function of a specific cell type. Okay, so a special cell type is going ahead for the reproduction. So we understood fragmentation, and then we are coming to regeneration. So what is regeneration? Regeneration is like in Hydra, like in Planaria. What happens is we cut down this into a number of pieces, and each piece will grow into a complete organism. That is regeneration. So regeneration is carried out by specialized cells, and the cells proliferate and make large number of cells. From the cell mass, different cells undergo changes to become various cell types and tissues. So these changes take place in an organized sequence referred to as development. However, regeneration is not same as reproduction, since most of the organisms would not normally depend on being cut up to be able to reproduce. Next we have budding. Budding is the growth of a small bud, and that will grow into a new plant. Okay, so like in Hydra there is a bud which develops as an outgrowth, and that forms the tiny individual. Okay, next we have vegetative propagation. What is vegetative propagation? Growing of plant without seeds, except seeds if there is any other form of growth of plant like stem, leaves, etc., then we say it is a vegetative propagation. Okay, like roses, sugarcane, all those things. So there are various methods that is there in vegetative propagation. We can have layering. So layering is one of the method. Then sugarcane, rose, they are following this, and plants are raised by vegetative propagation can bear flowers, fruits earlier than when it is produced in a normal condition. Okay, so like in potato we do use the tubers again for vegetative propagation. Bryophyllum, so that is in the leaves we have. Okay, sugarcane and all, you can use the stem for vegetative propagation, cutting. So the stem is being used. So there are different forms of vegetative propagation. And the last one, we have spore formation. That is in the ferns you would be seeing white small dots below the leaf. So in the ferns, that is the sporangium. So they have the spores in a packed structure called a sporangium. And whenever the spores mature, the sporangium will burst, and the spores will spread and grow into a new plant like you have in the bread molds and all those. So that is also there. So these are the different asexual methods of reproduction. Thank you.